WebSockets are faster than HTTP. Then why are we using HTTP protocols on the website? And why can't we go with the WebSockets? To know more about it, stay tuned to that. Welcome to Techno Zamana, and you are watching HTTP versus WebSockets. So what are we waiting for? Let the match begin. So wait, before even we start the match, it's really mandatory to know who the persons are, right? We have to know a little more details about the person. So let's have a surface knowledge on what HTTP and WebSockets are. HTTP is nothing but an application protocol responsible for establishing the TCP connection. I know you might be like, what is this TCP connection? It's basically a client server model responsible for transferring information between clients and server. So you can say that HTTP as a duplex connection where the client sends a request to a server and server responds to it. The thing here to note is this request and response is not bidirectional, it's unidirectional. That's basically like, if I give an example, it's like if your friend sends you a post that is a letter, and when a friend sends you a letter, you don't respond to it simultaneously, right? Once you get it, you write it and then send it back. So it's not bidirectional. It's not like you're on a call. It's unidirectional. Once he sends it, you write the message and you respond to it. So it's unidirectional. This is what HTTP does. But if you take in a case of WebSockets, it's bidirectional. What do I mean by that? It's like when you and your friend are in call. The response is simultaneous. As soon as the request is sent, you get the response. It's like both are in the same call, right? So this is what WebSocket is. But if that is the case, you might be like, then talking in call is more comfortable and better, right? Why are we still using that letter method, that is HTTP method? You might be right in some way, but you are also wrong. So let's see what's the difference. So let's start with what's bad in HTTP. The bad thing is it's not that fast as compared to WebSocket, obviously, because you can imagine phone competing with the letter. Other thing is that it's not that efficient if you're building a software like chatting sites where bidirectional communication and response is necessary. This thing using HTTP is a terrible idea. If you are using it, it's like you have to refresh the page every now and then, and you have to wait for the response. So it's really terrible, right? Like, imagine you're chatting with your friend, and for every message he sends, you have to refresh. That's really very hard. So in this case, HTTP would be worse. It's not that we can't establish WebSocket type connection using HTTP. We can, in fact, we can use some of the polling techniques on HTTP, like short polling or long polling, to establish WebSocket type connection, but still it's not that efficient when compared to WebSockets. There is a advantage of being a unidirectional in HTTP, that is, if you are storing any state, basically once the handshake is done, nothing but the client sends the request and server responds to it. That's it. The state has been lost there itself. Like, it doesn't store any state. That is, it's stateless, which is beneficial for HTTP because it helps in scaling to major audience, and even caching is really easy in HTTP. So this is why you can think that why most of the e-commerce website use HTTP for transfer, because obviously if you have a e-commerce website, scaling is really important. You want to reach the massive audience. So in this place, HTTP will be a better option. When you are talking about WebSockets, the main disadvantage is that it's not much scalable when compared to HTTP because it holds the state. Obviously, because you can imagine you are on a call, same call, like both has to respond and request simultaneously, right? So, like, due to this, the scalability is not that strong. It's not that we can't establish it. We can doing Redis, like we can scale it using Redis or AWS API gateway too, but you get the point. The advantage is if you are using WebSocket, it's fast. You don't need to wait or reload the page every time you get the response. It's mostly used in the chat application, in multiplayer games, and also in the live matches. Let's assume that you're watching football or a cricket match which is going on live, where the scores keep on updating, obviously. So if you're using WebSockets, it's more efficient as the person doesn't need to reload the page every time, right? So in that place, WebSockets really helps. So these were some of the difference between both the protocol. I think, I mean, both are really good in their own ways, but they have their own advantage and disadvantage. We can't really say that HTTP will replace WebSockets or vice versa. So I think the result is tie. Let me know your opinion about this in the comment section, and let me know who won for you. I would really appreciate that. If you enjoyed the video and found this really informative, like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.